he is oriented on the email marketing.
The moment you stop paying, the leads stop.
To build the trust, to build the interest, and after that, just book a call with us.
Because the moment you have contact list, you're no longer paying to contact those people. Then you need to start also looking at remarketing. So you might have to go on Google and set up some remarketing, on the Google AdSense.
Hey, what's up, guys and girls? Anatoly is here, and as always, I'm going to provide today incredible value. And today we have a guest with us on this recording, and his name is Vit Muller. He is Australian-based online marketing expert, and he helps to several gyms and boutique fitness studios to capture and close more leads. He's an innovative and results-oriented person. He has over 10 years of experience in this field, in the fitness field, and he is growing his unbelievable, awesome podcast, which is called Success Inspired Podcast. You can find it on successinspiredpodcast.com, and he is oriented on the email marketing and emails and SMS and sales systems, which are helping increasing the revenue for the businesses, decrease the costs, and especially saving the time for business owners. I'm really excited to have a talk to you today, and welcome.
Thank you, Anatoly. Thank you for the warm welcome. This is, I really appreciate you inviting me on your podcast today, and I'm excited to share some insights from the last 10 years with what I do, and hopefully that'll be a value to your audience.
Yeah, I'm looking for that as well. To be honest, when I heard your story, when I heard about your experience, I decided that it could be valuable. Even I'm on e-commerce space. We are quite in the similar spaces, but email marketing in general could be used everywhere. And as I know, you already, not only in the fitness space, you already helping some other clients in other industries where I believe you'll go a bit deeper later. But let's just start it from how everything started. Tell us more about your background and where you have been started your journey.
I'm originally from Czech Republic. When I was 19, I moved over to Scotland. I lived there for 3 years. I didn't really knew what to, what I want to pursue in life. So I just partied over there and just worked construction. But after 3 years of partying, I decided it's time to do something more serious in my life. So I moved over to Australia. And I studied fitness. I was working in a gym that was positioned in a great area. It was, affluent area of Sydney City. A lot of bankers, lawyers, really good spot. Anyway, so what happened? The gym shut down, and I was just at the beginning of my career, and I didn't know what to do. I decided to basically start on my own outside of the gym. But as you can imagine, trying to find clients, if you're not in the gym, as a trainer, it can be a little bit more difficult. I started training people in the park. We call them boot camps in Australia, which is like a military style training, so you train in a group of 20 people. The first thing to my mind was I need a website. So I started building a website. I think I used one of those easy builders. How can I rank on Google for the search term personal trainer in Sydney, right? Because that's when you get most traffic and everything, right? So I was able to achieve that within about 2 or 3 years from starting my website. That was thanks to one of my really good friends who advised me in a couple of strategies to do. At the time, it worked really well. And in about 2016, my business started to sort of really grow. I started to have some trainers working under me and some massage therapists, and I signed up a big contract with one gym where I basically took over the whole gym for management. So I managed the whole place. That was a really steep learning curve because I went from, single operator, having a couple of trainers work for me to suddenly having, 3 full-time employees, having 4 trainers, 2 therapists. It was a lot. And throughout the whole time, you're always trying to find out how you can improve the business, because when somebody tells you, hey, can you manage my gym? All they're really asking for is, can you make me more money? That naturally led me to, start to educate myself even more about online marketing, different strategies. All of these different experiences led me to launch my own agency, and now I just do this. So I'm just helping small to medium-sized businesses, especially in the fitness area because I really know that well, but I can help other type of businesses as well.
I really want to know, like, what is, in your opinion, is the most effective email marketing strategies for any kind of business?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So first of all, we need to, I guess, outline why would you want to do email marketing in the first place, right? There are a couple of reasons why you'd want to implement email marketing, but the main one is cut costs, right? So as soon as you stop advertising online, or put it this way, like when you want to generate paid leads, you have to give money to Facebook. You got to keep paying to get those leads. The moment you stop paying, the leads stop. So in my belief, it's great to do paid advertising and utilize all these different platforms to generate leads. But at the end of the day, when you talk about funnel, they should all be going into one place, and that should be your mailing list. That should be your contact list. Because the moment you have contact list, you're no longer paying to contact those people. In terms of email marketing campaigns that I find the most effective is a campaign that helps you accomplish one thing: close the sale quicker. People will come into your database in the first place because maybe they came through a lead form on Facebook, or maybe you had a lead magnet on your landing page for free ebook or something like that, or they came to your webinar, and that's how you got their contact details. So what I generally recommend to businesses to have is two types of campaigns in terms of emails. Actually, three. The first one is something that helps you close the sale really quick, but do it in a way where it feels it's a very friendly way. So what it means is, let's say if you had 100 potential leads, typically, small percentage of people are ready to buy now. You want to be able to offer them something, if they are ready to buy now, to make it easy for them to buy. Then you have the rest of them, which is a large chunk of people that may not be ready to buy now, but they will be ready to buy in the next year or two. Right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of money being left on the table if you disregard those. So typical example I've seen in gyms a lot is they generate leads. They call them straight away. They might give them 5 phone calls. They go really intense in 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. They do all the follow-ups, and they don't get the sale, and then they just stop. They're actually leaving a lot of money on the table because those people, it's not that they didn't want to buy, they just weren't ready now, but they will be ready in the future. So this first campaign that I generally recommend is like a 2 weeks campaign. There's a sequence of 6 emails. And basically you want to get the people that come into your list to get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you as quick as you can, so that then they're ready to buy from you. There might be 2 experiences. One where the salesperson is kind of flying, like sticking to you like a fly, and they don't give you any room to breathe. Have you ever experienced that? They're like onto you,
yeah.
Right? They're like too pushy. They're like too
yeah,
much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna have a good experience. You just walked in. You just want to have a look around. Yes, you want to know where everything is, but you're not necessarily ready to buy now. You don't know
when
yet.
You need it. When you need it, you'll ask. Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
So in the second experience, you walk in and there's a big smile. There's a person greeting you as you walk in and say, "Hey, welcome, Anatoly. Welcome to our store. My name is Susie. I see that you're probably looking into maybe some sofas. Just want to help you find everything in the store. Just on the left hand side is all the expensive stuff. On the right hand side is all the like less expensive, more budget stuff. On the walls, there's some signages that will help guide you. And if you need anything, if you have any questions, I'll be around. Just shout my name and I'll be right with you." And then they let you go. So what they've done is they've built rapport quickly. They've educated you where everything is. They haven't asked you if you want to buy or anything like that, And so this is where the email, you want to accomplish the same thing in this first email. You want to greet them, build a bit of a connection by sharing a personal story, then talk about what you offer and why it would be interesting to them, how they would benefit from, whether it's a product or service that you have. And then you want to have some, easy directions, like the store, hey, go left, go right, here's the expensive stuff. So in your email, you want to have some links to some resources, links to some of your products, but it's written in a very friendly way. And that's all there is, right? So then you send that email, you wait 2 days, then you send them another one where you're we refer to it as a SPEAR. So it stands for short, personal, expecting a return. So in that second email, you want to be a little bit more direct, but still fairly friendly. You write an email in a copywriting style, which stands for problem, agitate, and solution, right? So let's take the example with profit, like margins, understanding how to set their pricing for the product. Always the subject lines, by the way, should be always intriguing. Never say the whole thing in the subject line. Here are 3 ways how I can help you improve your e-commerce store, right? And so you would just write down, option 1, book a free strategy call. Option 2, download this free resource. Option 3, something else, right? So you just put it in there, but it's always like just, hey, by the way, if you are ready, here are some options, right? You give them a couple of days break, you send another one, and then in the end of the sequence, you send them like another SPEAR, which is a bit more direct. Hey, I've got a couple of free spots on my schedule next week, Tuesday. Would you like to book a call and see how I can help? Something like that, But now, like that last one is a bit more sales direct. Now you need to do social media, but no longer you can just do one. You also have to do you can't do Instagram, but now you also have to do TikTok. So that would be 2 channels. You might have to do Facebook, or if you're B2B, you might have to do more LinkedIn. So that's another channel. Then you need to start also looking at remarketing. So you might have to go on Google and set up some remarketing, on the Google AdSense. That's another channel. So the point being is you need to have all these different channels, but then you need one place where everything comes in, so you can track where people come from. What I recommend is once you have people in order to prioritize who is a hot lead and who is not a hot lead, is to use something I call lead scoring. It's based on the activities that the actual contact takes. So they might download an ebook, they might read one of your emails and click a particular link, or they might click the link that takes them to a page where they can book a call. So what you want to do is you want to look at all these different activities that you can track, only the ones that you can actually measure, and then you assign a point score, right? So if it's something that is more higher value, let's say somebody wants to book a sales call, that's definitely going to have more points as opposed to somebody just clicking on a link from an email to go and read an article. But nevertheless, you want to set this up so that these points starts to accumulate, and then you just want to have a system in place that will flag it. So as soon as somebody reaches a certain amount of points, to create an activity for your sales rep to go and call them, or to go and check their account and have a look and assess what are the different points they got for, just to get a more understanding, and then maybe call them or send them a text message.
People are paying for the traffic. They got this traffic, and they don't understand that this is the data which you can utilize during the years. I mean, you didn't get that lead who purchased from you or who just interested in your ad, but you have the lead who gonna stay with you for long. So by building the right marketing strategies with engaging with the audience and giving them a lot of value, the content which they want to read, the content which they are waiting for, exciting for, in the long run, who is your audience, they will decide to buy from you and they will decide to book a call with you. To summarize what you just say, it's exactly like email marketing is for that, to build the trust, to build the interest, and after that, just book a call with us. Oh, tell me more about like your marketing strategies, maybe some examples or some additional thoughts, what could bring attention from the leads to your business, or what could make you out of the crowd to compare to your to compare to your competitors, for example.
The first thing is when you send an email, it needs to arrive in someone's inbox. And so that's the first barrier. So you want to make sure that you're using a domain for your email that is a high quality domain, right? So domain, anything like whatever, your name at yourbusiness.com, right? What you want to do, the first thing is you want to make sure that you separate your domain into your transactional emails and your marketing emails. Because your marketing emails, you will always be sending at a higher volume. And then once you qualify a lead, you're going to move to transactional email where you start to discuss a potential sale. You want to put them on a separate, more like a personal inbox, right? Second, you want to make sure that you are not sharing the domain with any other business, right? So you want to make sure that it's the sending domain is for your own business. If your email is not delivering at least 98% of all the emails that you sent, then it's shit. You really have a problem. On average, delivery rates is about 97 to 98%. That's like an average result, but you want to be more than 98%. So if you send 1,000 emails, 980 plus something emails should be delivered. Your emails should be opened, at least 26% or more of your emails should be opened. 16 to 26 is average, but anything below 15% is really terrible and you've got a problem, right?
Okay.
Right? Then you've got your clicks. So you want to have a certain amount of clicks in emails. Like not every email will generate clicks because you might not have any links in them, but for the ones that you do have links to some promotion, you want to be seeking at least 10%. If it's anything less, it's not ideal. So these are your benchmarks. Delivered at least 98%, opened at least 26%, clicked at least 10% and more. Replies, if you were seeking replies, then it should be at least 30% and more. Otherwise, it's terrible. Now, two of the last ones is bounced and complained. If you have more than 2% of your emails being bounced, you've got a real problem. And if you have more than 0.04% complaints as spam, then you've got a really, really big problem, because all of those metrics, all of those, delivery, open, clicks, replies, bounce, complaints, all of those metrics, the Google, all these different providers, they are looking at all this data, and based on that, they will also assign you a score to your domain authority. So you can really screw up your domain authority if you send a really bad email that gets lots of spams, and it's a lot harder to come back up.
Email marketing could be running. You can pay for copies. You can write copies by yourself. You can be great on it, or you could be even on the short leg with your audience. But if your deliverability or domain problems exist, that means you are just losing a lot of energy and time on doing something what really not working as it should be. That's really a huge insight, to be honest. I hope that people are listening and will understand that, especially when they have a big database. That's cool. That's really cool. What would be your personal recommendation to the audience according to your personal experience, except the availability? What else would you point out to the people who are listening to us? What else they have to put attention on in general about email marketing, marketing strategy, how important it is? Another 3 points in your opinion.
Okay, number one, understand your market. Always start there. Understand your market. Spend a lot more time living in their heads. Camping, it's like the idea of going camping there in their head. What they think, what they are looking for at 2 a.m. in the morning, what are the pain points, find out what they need, find out everything there is about them. That's going to drive your marketing, that's going to drive your emails. And when people read those emails, they will feel like you know them, you know exactly what they need, you know exactly, what they like to be talked to.
100% makes sense, and that's actually awesome ending of our conversation. But what I keep in my mind right now, I believe you have to provide something to my audience. Let's create the offer. Something what you could really give to people who are listening, because I see that's how much value you can bring to their businesses. And actually, I'm even wondering, to hear what could you give to my audience, because seriously, you give so many things, maybe some call or
absolutely. Yeah. So what I think is what would be most valuable to your audience, especially Shopify owners, is to know that there's a way how you can incorporate email marketing and get more upsells. It's a free 40 minutes email marketing strategy call worth $450. And during this call, I'll cover the best email sequences, some of which I've covered today, but we can go in a bit more detail. And these sequences are designed to help you convert more leads, nurture leads, warm them up so that the right type of leads will come to the surface, so that your sales teams can see it and start, fishing.
That's really awesome, because to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting this kind of offer, like 40-minute strategy call. Like, guys, I would tell you that he's charging for that and people are charging for that. So if it's really like, just use the chance. For sure, I'll put the link below the video. Thank you for all the information and deep dive into the email marketing technical part, especially for me, deliverability. It was the biggest insight. I really appreciate it, and that was really good call. And I'm looking forward to talk to you again on another subjects, and let's see how audience, whatever questions they would have, maybe we'll open on another call.